Russ said something along the line. She has great experience and a head for the game that is different from some American players. What do you mean by that? What do you think that meant?
He meant like I could read the game as well very well. Like I was playing with really good players. When I came in and he recruited me, like Krista Haramoto was leaving the program.
Yeah.
I remember like in my recruiting visit talking to him and he said, like, well, you have like a big shoes to fill. What are you going to do? And I'm like, oh yeah, Krista Haramoto. Like, I don't know if I can fill those shoes, but I can do the best I can do to make sure the team is successful. That's all I can say right now.
This is the Leave It Better podcast, powered by the Side Out Foundation. Here's your host, Hall of Fame coach, Janice Kruger.
Welcome to the Leave It Better podcast, a podcast where we explore stories of resilience, triumph, and the people who make the world just a little bit better through their journey. I'm your host, Janice Kruger, and today we have an extraordinary guest whose story spans continents, championships, and courage in the face of life's greatest challenges. Our guest today is Fatima Balza, the current head volleyball coach at Western Nebraska Community College. Fati's journey actually to this moment reads like an incredible adventure novel. Born in the mountains of Venezuela, she left home at just 15 and was part of the Venezuelan national team. She then made the bold decision to come to the United States without being able to speak English, armed with nothing but volleyball skill and the experience and an unshakable determination. From those humble beginnings, Fati became a national champion at Western Nebraska Community College in 2007. I believe you may have been runner-up in 2008. And those eyes of Penn State University, Russ, Rose, and Dennis caught a glimpse of you. From there, you had an incredible career at Penn State and probably some really fun stories. We'll get to those later. You went to Europe where you played and coached professionally. I think it's in Ireland and Poland, built volleyball programs across 2 countries. But perhaps your most powerful chapter of your story came in 2020 when you faced your greatest opponent, and that was breast cancer. This was during one of the COVID worldwide pandemic. Fati fought this battle with the same determination that she made her a champion athlete, never stepping away from the passion for coaching and developing young players. Today, she's full circle, returning to where her American dream began, Western Nebraska Community College, now as the head coach, ready to inspire a new generation of athletes with the same grit and grace that has defined her remarkable journey. Fati, welcome to the Leave It Better podcast. We're honored to have you here.
Thank you very much, Janice. I appreciate the introduction. And I'm very excited to share my story today. Thank you very much for having this opportunity, for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. It's like your energy, it's caught me and it makes me smile. And I do remember you mentioning that somewhere about when you came to the United States and, English was second language. English was something you were studying, but you had your smile and just your outlook on doing your best and working hard. And I think maybe that's what I find so inspiring about you. I'm so glad to have this opportunity to talk to you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And yes, that was my mentality. It has been just like, I will do the best I can do and try the hardest as well, right? Like I know like I have the potential. I just need to do it to make it happen.
Yeah. So let's talk about growing up in Venezuela. I think the Andes Mountains are around you. What was it like there? And how did a 12-year-old girl get the bug of volleyball?
Yeah, well, I'm from Mérida, Venezuela, and then in our region, we're known for being like very polite. It's just more like we're very like friendly as well. And that's how I grew up, right? Like being polite and friendly. By the time I was like 9, 10 years old, I was already like very tall and I was athletic already, but I didn't play any sports. Like we don't play sports in Venezuela like it is here in the United States for high school or for middle school. Like we don't do that. We don't have that. So I remember like I was in the neighborhood where I live, there was also a basketball court. So I would go up down, like shoot some balls. I was like, oh, I think I want to play basketball. And they were trying to find a basketball team. My dad took me to the area where the sports are and all this, but it's 2007. Women's basketball in my region was not a thing. But then the volleyball coaches were around there. And then they were like, oh, you can try volleyball.
Yeah.
What is that? and then one of the coaches also lived in the neighborhood where I wasn't living. And then he was like, if I can take you, if your parents cannot take you to practice, like we can go together and things like that. Then it was just like, okay, I'm going to try it, I guess. And then once I tried it, I liked it. I love it. And then I never, ever again thought about basketball.
Good. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
So 15 years old, at 15, so 12 to 15, man, you must have really caught on quick. You're on the national team there.
Yeah.
I think you did that for 4 years. That's an incredible sacrifice because I believe you had to move away from your family. And that's pretty young. What gave you the strength to leave everything you knew to go into this adventure?
Well, the thing was like at first I was just like, I knew I wanted to do better. I knew it's the national team calling me. I'm like, I want to go. I don't know what that means, but I want to go. It's the national team calling me. Like I'm only like, I was actually 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then my mom was like, oh, I don't know. You're too young. We have to move away. And then of course, like, because we're in the mountains, if you're driving, it's like about 12 hours drive to get to Caracas. That is where the national team concentrates. So the program was really good back at the time because they just recruit you because they see a talent in you and they will train you. So I trained for at least a year before I could go to a competition. Just training every day, 2 times a day. We go to school there, like everything in there. Like we eat there, school there, sleep there, everything within the same sport complex.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that. First, my mom was like, oh, I don't think you're going to go. And then I cried to my mom so many times. I want to go. Please, mom, let me go. If I don't like it, I will just come back. I just come back. And my mom is like, oh, you're too young. I don't know. We don't have family in Caracas. It's going to be complicated. And I'm, mom, please let me go, crying for months until finally my mom said like, okay, let's take you to Caracas. We will see how that goes. And then it was like 5 years later, and I never came back home. It was just like I liked it. I was practicing. I was always doing my best. I was trying to get better and better. And then I was in the national team for 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Yeah. So you were pretty separated from your family. Like how, kids get that today when they go to college. Sometimes they're away from their parents, learning how to do all the things. So what gave you that kind of strength at that age to be able to be comfortable with that? Just your goals?
Yeah, I think at the time it was just like the vision that I could do something better than what I was doing at the time. When you talk about the national team, it's kind of like I can represent my country. I want to do that. I'm going to practice at the highest level in my country. I want to do that. So it was more like trying to like being things. When things are different, that's something that I like. And I just wanted to try it. So for me, it's kind of when the challenge is there, I want to try it rather than saying like, oh, it's not for me or I'm scared or things like I will be scared. I will be panicking, but I still want to try it because I don't want to have the feeling like, oh, yeah, I didn't do it. I don't know what could have happened, but it's fine. I would so much prefer just go like, oh, it scares me so much. I will try. If I don't like it, if something happens, I just come back. That's it.
I love that attitude. So in 2007, you made a decision. You're like, I think I want to go to the United States. And you still at that point, English was not really spoken. Walk us through that moment. What was it like going through your mind and perhaps for that big leap to happen?
Well, that was, I was like 18 years old, and usually in Venezuela, when you're at that age, you probably go to Europe to play pro.
Oh, okay.
And then there's what most of the previous and my friends will do, just go to Europe and play pro. But I had one friend from the national team as well. She was a very good setter. Her name is Soriana. She came here to WNCC. And then the way that she got recruited was like, she was so good that the coach just Googled her name. And then she was always in the all-star teams in the international competition. So it was like Soriana Pacheco, okay, with all the Brazilians, all the Argentinians, and Soriana from Venezuela. So she gets recruited here, and she was already playing and all that. The next day I go like, okay, I don't really want to go play pro right now. I would like to go to school. I would like to learn English. I would like to have a program. I know sports are not going to last forever. So I talked to her and I was just like, hey, what about your team? Do they need like a medal blocker for next year or something? It's just like, I don't know. I think so, but I will talk to the coach. She spoke to the coach. The coach asked me for a video because my name was not so much like hers in the international competitions. So she was like, well, she doesn't have a video. It's 2007. We don't have like the smartphones that we have right now. Like, would you just go, okay, I will send you a video in 5 minutes. And that's not a problem. But then I didn't have a video. I went to my national team, to the coaches to see if they have a video. Like nobody had a video. I didn't know anybody who owned a camera. I was like, well, I guess that's it. I'm going to the other path then. And then my friend was just like, hold on, I'm going to talk to the coach and see what happens. And then she talks to the coach. The coach was like, oh, is she good? And my friend, of course, she's like, yes, coach, she's good. It's like, are you sure? Yes, coach, she's good. She's tall. She's strong. Like, she's the captain of the team right now. Like, she's good. She's going to be fine. She was like, okay. And then few weeks later, then I had the opportunity to come here, and the coach actually had never watched me play, and then he just saw me the first time I arrived at WNCC. And I'm very, very thankful as well for him taking that big like trust on my friend. She was like, well, if she's a good setter, she was a really good setter, maybe her friend is going to be also a good player. So that worked out very well for me.
So, you arrived there, and I think I heard you joke about you're taking English classes to learn English. Now, how do you navigate during those days with communication barriers?
Well, in the college, they have like an ESL program. We have a teacher who will teach us like English. So we have to come here like a month before, more or less, for that ESL program. And then my first semester was only ESL classes. But of course, like I'm learning English in English. And then it was just like, I just didn't know. I was not understanding what I was really good at. Was just like I started to get really good at just taking notes. I would write everything the teacher writes in the whiteboard. Like I will write everything. I don't know what it means. I don't know what I'm writing. I don't know if I'm spelling it right, but I'm writing it down. So, and then slowly like trying to get it better. Like I remember my freshman year, my teammates, they were like, okay, Fati, it's time to go eat. What do you want? And I was like, chicken. It's like, okay, let's go get some chicken. And then next time, okay, Fati, it's time to eat. What do you want? I'm like, chicken. It's like, Fati really likes chicken. I'm like, no, I just don't know how to say, like, listen, let's go to this place. Let's have a steak with potatoes. So let's have a burger. Like, all I knew was chicken, that room, like, very, very basic words. And then that was one of the things when I came here. So I was just like, well, if I go to the United States, I don't speak English. Well, what's the worst thing that can happen? That I don't learn the language and then I have to go back and then maybe I just have to go play pro. Well, it's not a bad plan B either, but I need to try this first.
So, he recruits you, and I think you're an honorable mention All-American, and I believe you guys won Section 9 or
Region 9.
Yeah, for the title there. Did you do that both years? You did that both years.
Yeah, Region 9 both years. And then on my freshman year, we got the national championship. And then my sophomore year, we got third place at national.
Third place. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
In your first year there, what was that moment like, or that like winning a championship? You come into the States, you have your beginnings here. What do you remember about how you felt about that?
I remember like feeling like very, very happy because it's a championship. But I remember going into the final. The final was actually like the semifinal was very, very hard game. So it was just like, we cannot lose this game. We cannot lose this game. This is the semifinal. We got this. We got this. We had like a really good team. And I remember just always wanting to compete and play, like always wanting like the mentality to be ready. Every time I'm going in, I'm making some points. I need to help the team. Like that was my mentality all the time.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm guessing in your sophomore year, you became the team captain.
Yeah.
How did your leadership force you to find your voice literally and figuratively with this group? You know, like I know junior college, freshmen, sophomores. I mean, it's a big turn all the time of players.
By my sophomore years, I could speak a little bit better English. Now I could understand a lot more of what I could speak. But then I think I was a leader that also showed up like every single time. I was leading by example. So even if you don't fully understand what I'm trying to say, like everyone else will see what I'm doing, which like for volleyball is only one language. It doesn't matter if you speak it or not. Like it doesn't matter if you're like from another side of the world, like completely different. When you come to a team, like the language for volleyball is the exact same thing everywhere else in the world. Like you just know like high ball, down ball, fast, like you just know what to do and you just know how to lead by example. And that was the case, my case during my sophomore year.
Yeah. So those 2 years, you caught the eye of Penn State University. I think it might have been Dennis who saw you first, but with Russ Rose coaching, transitioning from junior college to playing on Penn State's, they had just won 2 national titles. And I'm thinking back about who some players were that you were playing with at that time. And I think they're fairly famous individuals along with yourself. And so what was that like? I mean, wow, what a big jump. And I don't believe you had much time. Graduate, no. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a really fast transition. First, when they were recruiting me, I was just like, ooh, what? I don't think I fully understood what that meant in that moment. Like now looking back, I don't think like I fully understood what it meant for Penn State national champs back to back coming and recruiting me from the junior college. So the success that I had at WNCC like opened up doors for me to go to WNCC, and also like my dedication to school and to do the best as well also opened up the doors for me to go Division I and to go to Penn State, because it doesn't matter if I could be like a really good player, but if I didn't have the grades or if I didn't have the attitude to make sure like I can compete at that level. So I think once Penn State was calling me, I was a little bit nervous and scared. And then, of course, many people also comes and tells you things like, oh, Penn State, I don't know if you're going to play. Like, they're like then back-to-back national champs and all this. And then you start hearing like, oh, everyone will have an opinion, right? Like,
yes,
everyone knows better than you as well, right? And then I was just, for a moment, I was just like, I just block all the noises from every single person. And I was just like focusing on myself. I said like, okay, what is it that I want? I want to be the best I can be. I want to play in the best volleyball program I can. And this is literally the best volleyball program right now in the country. They are recruiting me and the coach is recruiting me. So if the coach is recruiting me, it's because he's seeing something. Why will I doubt myself if it's the coach that is recruiting me? So once I clicked that, I was just like, Penn State is my choice. That's what I want to go. And I know like it's going to be different from being in a JUCO, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm prepared because I know how to adapt. I know how to work hard. And I know that I will not just say like, oh, this is too hard. I cannot do this. Like, I know that I will always do my best, regardless if it is playing at Penn State or playing at WNCC.
Yeah, I think Russ said something along the line. Great. She has great experience and a head for the game that is different from some American players. What do you mean by that? What do you think that meant?
I think he meant like I could read the game as well very well. Like I was playing with really good players, right? Like I play with, like when I came in and he recruited me, like Krista Haramoto was leaving the program.
Yeah.
So I remember like in my recruiting visit talking to him, and he said, like, well, you have like a big shoes to fill. What are you going to do? And I'm like, oh yeah, Krista Haramoto. Like, I don't know if I can fill those shoes, but I can do the best I can do to make sure the team is successful. That's all I can say right now.
Yeah.
And I also think like he probably said that because I wasn't able to adapt. I think I was able to adapt. It's very different to play in a JUCO where you are like the team captain and you're everything, and then coming to the best team in the country where you're not anymore the best player, and the mindset has to change very quick. To I'm the go player to now I just need to go and find my role in my new team and do that role the best way I can, and not being in my head like, oh, I'm not anymore the best player. Like, of course I'm not. Like, look around. Like I had Ari Wilson, Blair Brown. I was competing with Katie Kevis as well for the medal position. There was so many good players that year, right? Like Alicia Glass was the setter. She's like my size. She's 6'2", 6'3". Like how could I just not have my mindset right when I was looking around and I have great players around me?
Yeah, I bet practices were fun. Well,
yeah. Like if you're in the starting side or with the other side, like either way, like you get your reps and you get better.
So you win 2 national championships while you're there, and then you graduate, and now you're thinking you go to Europe, is that right? Playing and coaching in Ireland and in Poland. What drew you to those to journey overseas? Like, what was it that drew you to that?
Well, after Penn State, I actually came back here to Western Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh,
so I came back after I graduated from Penn State. I came back here to Western Nebraska, and I was coaching as an assistant coach for the team here. And I did that for 3 years. In the meantime, I was also taking classes to get my master's, but not here, the junior college with another university like nearby. So and I did my master for 2 years, then I stayed an extra year to work here as an assistant coach, and then that's when I went to Dublin, Ireland, and I stayed there 5 years.
Yeah. So when I was writing that question, I was thinking, wow, how did she get so much coaching experience? And I know you and I talked about that, but now that all truly makes sense because, you went over and had a fairly big impact playing and coaching there, men and women's teams. How'd that help you become the coach you are today?
I think at first, like in Dublin, like the volleyball was growing at the time. So I had to coach and play at the same time. It was completely new for me. And then I also had one of the men's teams they have like 3 different leagues. So the first league, second, and the third as well. So the one team from the men's, they were looking for a coach, and then they approached me and it was like, hey, Fati, can you coach us? I'm like, I have never coached men's before. No, probably no, I don't know. And they're just like, no, you will be fine, just try. It's like, okay, let's do like a tryout here. Like I will try and you guys will see if what I do you guys like, my way of coaching, if you guys enjoy that, and I will see if I enjoy coaching you guys. I go both ways, right? So that's what we did, and I love it because I was scared. I was like 20 something at the time, and I had players that were much older than me, like they were like 30, 35, and I didn't know how that was going to be, and they didn't have any other coach, right? So I was just like, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, but I think that helped me a lot to grow as well, because once I had that test tryout session, I loved it, and then it gave me a lot more confidence even to go back, coach the girls, like to play myself and all that kind of stuff. So it was a really, really good experience.
Yeah. So big confidence builder for you. Big confidence. Yeah. But I suppose you're up against so many new things. So let's shift here just a little bit. Your cancer battle, if we can talk about that.
Yes, of course.
And you were diagnosed in 2020 during the pandemic. Can you take us back to that moment and what was going through your mind when, boom, you discovered. And I believe you did discover. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there.
So it was just like a simple day. I never felt that. I've always been like very healthy overall, eating well, like not drinking, never a smoker, like very healthy lifestyle overall. And then one day I'm just like watching TV. I'm just like this. And then I'm going like, there's like, oh, there is something there. So, wait. Then I sit down. I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. That is not there. Then I'm going back. I'm like, what? And then I feel something and it's like, this is not normal. And I'm like, I need to check this out. And then I book an appointment for the next day. At this time I was living in Poland, so I didn't speak the language. And then with my insurance and all that, you have the option to book like a doctor that is an English-speaking doctor or a Polish-speaking doctor. So if I wanted the English-speaking doctor, I had to wait like 2 weeks. And if I wanted the Polish-speaking doctor, I could just go the next day. I was like, Polish speaking. It's fine. It's fine. I just need a yes or no. That's fine. I can understand that. So I go to the appointment and I see like the doctor, the first appointment that they do is like an ultrasound, right?
Yeah,
so with the ultrasound, they will check and then they check your breast. And the doctor is checking my breast and she's spending like, I don't know, 30 minutes on my breast, just checking. She's seeing something she's noticing, but she's like, okay. She goes back to the other one, checks again the left one. And then she was like, And I'm going like, oh, in my mind, I'm going like, I don't know what means, but that means I'm going to go to another doctor after this regardless. So she examined, she's like, hey, Dad, there is something there. Doesn't seem to be anything bad. Let's just keep an eye on it and wait like 6 months. In 6 months, come back to me. Okay. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I grab a paper, I leave. I book a private appointment the next, like right after leaving that one. I was like, I don't know, this just doesn't feel good. I'm booking a private appointment to go to an English-speaking doctor, a private clinic. So I go the next day, 2 days after, to the private appointment, and it's the same thing first, right? It has to be an ultrasound. So they did an ultrasound of my breast, and I'm seeing more or less the same thing that happened the day before. The doctor is checking. She goes with the ultrasound. It's going. It's like, okay, it looks okay. She goes to the right breast, goes back to the left. And then she says the same thing as the first one. It's kind of like, there is something there, but it doesn't seem to be anything bad. And then inside me, I'm going like, if it's nothing there, like first, like why is like, I don't see any confidence from the doctor, right? Saying like, oh no, you're good. It's fine. It's nothing, like, move on. Like it's kind of like it's nothing there. I'm like, are you sure? Like, because you don't sound very sure right now. Then I explained to the doctor like, okay, I would like to have a mammogram. She was like, I don't think it's necessary. I was like, because you're too young. I was like 30, 31 at the time, right? Yeah. And then I was like, well, I have in my family, there is history of cancer. My mom had breast cancer. We have like some other people have history of cancer. I would like to have a mammogram. She was like, okay, I will refer you to one. So I went to the mammogram. I got the mammogram done. It was my first time getting out. I was like, because the mammogram was like, I'm like, oh, she's like, don't move. I was like, I cannot move. I can barely breathe right now. And then I got the results. And then the results of those were like, you need to get a biopsy. There is something there where you need to get a biopsy. I'm like, okay. So book a doctor for the biopsy. Go to the biopsy. The doctor says like, well, your results like here are showing like it's a little bit like really hard to see. So we're gonna do a few samples. So I had like 2 girls before me, and then they were in and out of that office. It was like 15 minutes, each 10 minutes. It was like in and out. I go in, and then he was like, oh, we're gonna try a few samples. I'm like, okay, few samples, like meaning what? Like 3, okay, 3 samples, perfect. And then I'm there for like half an hour compared to the other ones that were in and out super quick. I'm like, so I'm going there, just waiting. He gets the first sample. Then he was like, okay, we're going to get another one, get the second sample, get the third sample. I was like, okay, we're good. So it's like, I'm not seeing anything super abnormal here, but it's very good. Like we send it. It's a little bit difficult to see. So if the results come back negative, I would like to refer you to another biopsy, but it's more like a little surgery just to make sure that we get the right sample. So it's going to be more invasive. I'm like, okay, fine. So we had to wait 4 weeks for the results. And then once the results were in, I went and picked it up from the hospital, from the clinic, and they gave me the results. I opened the letter, and then it says like positive, and then I'm going like, wait, but can someone explain me this? And then, of course, the ladies in the desk, they're like, I'm sorry, we cannot clarify anything for you. You have to talk to the doctor. I'm like, where is the doctor then? Like, why are you giving me this paper and not have an appointment with the doctor at the same day? If you know that this is positive, like, just like, I'm sorry, you just need to talk to the doctor. Doctor was not available at that moment, so I have to book another appointment with another doctor across the city. I was like, I don't care, I'm going to the other side of the city. Like, I need an explanation for this right now. What does this mean? And then I get to the office of the doctor, and then I share like, okay, I just need clarification. What does this mean? And she's like, he reads the paper. He goes like, yeah, I'm sorry, I have to refer you to an oncologist. You're positive for cancer, and only an oncologist then will tell you what's going to be next. And I'm going like, what?
Wow. Yeah. What? Yeah. I mean, just scared? Yeah,
I'm very, very, very scared, like very like still like in disbelief. Like I was just like, this is just me being me, because I already thought doctors told me no, but I still have like this feeling, I don't know, don't trust this. But then the other doctors, they say like, we're going to get few samples. It may not be nothing, but let's be sure. So I'm thinking like, it's going to be fine. It's just going to be the rest of the biopsy, and it's going to be good. It's not going to be an issue.
You're an elite athlete. So, I'm thinking some folks, if they were to hear this kind of news, what their response might be. But do you think that part of your experience, your being in athletics at this level, in what ways did that really help you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think like being an athlete and being an elite athlete as well, like 100% helped me through this challenge. Because first, when I had the challenge and I had the results that they were positive, I was just like, okay, what am I going to do then? Like, I just need to find out an oncologist and try to figure out what's next. It's a big, big challenge, but it's going to be okay. Like, you just need to do things. I just need to get it done. I just need to do the treatment. I just need to get things happening. And then I also remember, like, for my chemos and all this, I remember the first chemo, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just like sitting there. I was super scared. I was still in disbelief that this was actually happening. I was in a chemo room with chemo patients. I was just like, I'm in the wrong place. Like this, like most people was like all there as well. And I'm looking around and I'm going like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. So I was angry. I was frustrated. Then for the second chemo, it was just like a little bit more of the same. After the chemos, like I had to have chemos every 2 weeks for the first 2 months because I was diagnosed with breast cancer that was HER2 positive. It was advanced as well, like stage 2, 3. And then I had metastasis in the lymph nodes as well. So the cancer had left the breast. It was already traveling to other parts of my body. Then that's when also the whole mentality of being an athlete came into place. Yeah. Because the first 2 chemos, I was just like, you're barely recovering from one chemo when you have to go to the next one. My chemos were very strong. It's different chemos depending on your diagnosis. Like it's different chemos. It's like 4 different types of breast cancer, depending on what you have. Like it will have different treatments. For mine was everything. I was like, when the doctor saw my results, you were like, you're a combo. Like you need everything. You need radiation, you need chemo, you need mastectomy, you need hormonal therapy, you need everything. And I'm like, okay.
Was there anybody with you during this time? I mean, was your mother, your parents?
my mom was in Venezuela. My parents were in Venezuela. My mom actually, at the same time I was being diagnosed, my mom was also battling her own cancer.
Okay.
At the same time, I was battling mine. I did have a genetic test done. There was nothing. There was no relation between my mom's cancer and my cancer. The genetic test was just positive and negative. And then they test like multiple gems, not only just like the BRCA1 and 2, was like multiple ones. And they were all negative. And my sister, she was living in Germany, so she could come every time she could. Have like 2 really good friends as well that were always on the phone with me and the stuff. But it was COVID year. So during COVID, it was even difficult to travel. It was difficult to do other things. So it was a lot of like, let's go.
Yeah. So other women, what would you want other women who might be facing something similar to this to know about finding strength during this type of journey? Like what would you want them to know or to think about?
I would say like one of the main things is just like to a little bit embrace the process, because it's something that's going to be inevitable. Like you have to have treatment. And if you just like drag going to treatment, it's going to be even worse. It's going to make it so much worse. As I was mentioning before, like just like the athlete mentality I have, like going into chemos after my second and third chemo, it was just like, okay, now I need to treat chemo day like game day. Like for me, like chemo day was game day. So I know what game day is going to be. Like I already been into 2 different chemos, 3 chemos. Like now I know more or less what to expect. And the athlete mentality came into me, like meaning that when you're an athlete, you're an elite athlete, if you want to be good, you know that practices are not enough. Like you can go to practice, you can do your weights, you can do everything, but that's not enough. Like it's also like how you sleep, how you eat, how much water you're drinking, like what are you doing with your free time, all those aspects. That's going to make you a good athlete, right? That's going to make you an elite athlete, because practices alone are not going to do it. So I took that as the same thing for chemos. Like chemo alone, it's not going to help my body. Like chemo alone is not going to help my body. I need to get my body, help my body to flush all these chemos out of my body as well, to make sure like they can perform well. So I stopped, like, of course, sugar is the first enemy of cancer. So I was not eating any sugars. I was not eating any coffee. I was drinking lots of water. I stopped watching TV. I started walking. Chemos like made me super, super tired. But I knew like when I was moving, I was feeling better. So I was trying to listen to my body as well. So I tried, even if I was like small walks, 10-minute walks, and then coming back home, that would be better than nothing. I just knew that I needed to help my body the same way as when I was an athlete. I needed to help my body. Like practice alone are not enough. Chemos alone are not enough. I can do things to help my body, like battle this fight, like battle this cancer. Same thing. Like that athlete mentality came very, very handy.
Yeah. So when you look back on that, this experience and this mentality that you have, did it change your perspective on life and in coaching?
Yeah. Like, to be honest, at first, like I would not understand like why people who had cancer and all this would be like, oh, now it's just like you need to take life more positive, more serious. Like before I had cancer, I was just like, if that's it, like why do you have to wait for cancer to be more positive with your life and make changes, right? Like that was my younger me, not understanding why cancer patients always come out and talk about living better, eating healthier, and all that kind of stuff. Like, why can't you do that before? Like, but then it's just when life puts you in a situation where it shakes you very, very hard, and you have no time to think about anything else but yourself in that moment. There is no job, there is not family, there is no nothing. It's either you and your life, and that's it. Like, what are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. And then that's when you reflect back, and then you go like, I don't need to spend my time like getting angry for things that can be solved very easy. Like I'm not here. I'm not going to save the world if I'm not working right now. So I just need to focus on what I can right now and how to get myself better. And then now, after my treatment and all that, like that transfer as well to life, and that transfer as well to my coaching style. Like I want my players, when I see my players that are so like stressed and that they think that the world is gonna end because they made a mistake or two or something like that. It's not like that. It's just like one little thing in life. Move on right now. Like you don't know that tomorrow you can have like something, and then that's it. That's it. Like enjoy it, embrace it, trying to find ways where how you can fix it. That's the thing right now. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I'm dying and this is the end of the world and I don't know what to do, and then you get in a frustration, depression, and all that. Like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Everything in life has a solution. You just need to find it. You just need to work for it. Everything.
Oh my God, that's a great comment. We're going to share that, I know for sure. So, your full cycle. So let me just ask this before we move on. So right now, in what kind of treatment are you currently doing? Are you going every 6 months, every year, or like what is it that you are doing at this moment?
Happily, every year now. I just get my mammogram every year. I got it like last month as well. I got it done. So every year checkup.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm super happy to.
Yeah. Full cycle. You came to the U.S. You ended up at Western Nebraska Community College, and now you're back there as the head coach. What does it mean to come full circle like this for you in leaving your home country and coming here and starting this whole journey and crazy fun stuff that you have been a part of? What's it feel like what's it mean to you to come full cycle like that?
Yeah, to be back at WNCC for me is more than just a job. Like to be back at WNCC, it means like me giving back to the program where I started. It's like making sure like I can help the kids that are coming to junior college. I think junior college in general, they don't have a good reputation. And now I like junior colleges. That's where I started. I'm a big advocate for junior colleges. I think it's a great place to start if you're an athlete that needs more reps, that need development. Like junior colleges are great. Of course, not every junior college is going to be great. You have to also but the junior colleges that are in the top, like I'm sure like all the coaches are trying to do their best to make their team better and to help those kids move on to the next level, like way better of what they started in their junior college. So that's my goal here as well. Like I'm a big advocate for junior colleges. I think they're great. Sometimes I don't understand why players will prefer to go to a Division 2 where they don't want to play too much, or a Division 3 or things like that. Like everyone has their own priorities, of course. But I love right now being in a junior college. I love right now being back at WNCC, not any junior college, like being back at the place where I started. I love the community. Scottsbluff is a really small place, but it's a great community. And that's why I decided to come back as well. I knew it was going to be a good place to do life right now. So I'm very, very happy. It's more than a job for me right now. Like JUCO college, JUCO coaches, we have a lot of things in our plate, like where the coaches, where the mental trainer, where the physical coach, the speed and conditioning, I do study halls. Like there's so much more. Like I want to be that culture here. Yeah. Like last year, for example, like we had a winning season. We won like 28 and 8 or 10 or something like that. But in regionals, we didn't make it to nationals. We lost in regionals. That same day, we're traveling back to WNCC, and I told the girls, like, see you guys Monday for practice. Like, all their faces were like, what for? We lost regionals. There is nothing else for us to do. Right? Like, and it's like, see you guys Monday for practice. So I could see all their faces, but then still, like, some of them show up on Monday, they show up like this. And then I had to explain them as well. You guys, you're in a junior college right now, but this is not how things are going to end up next year. That we need to build, and we start building right now. If you guys cannot understand that, that's completely okay. That's completely fine. You guys can leave, and then let me work with the people that wants to stay, that wants to build, and that wants to help the next generation.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Some of them left, some of them stayed, and that was okay.
Yeah.
And that was okay.
So, what do you want your players to learn from you beyond volleyball skills?
I think like one of the things I want to learn from that I want to teach my players is that there is a lot more than just volleyball, right? But what you learn being a student athlete is going to transfer to so many aspects of your life. It's going to transfer to your job. It's going to transfer when you're looking for different things. It's going to transfer, like, even if you're looking for a partner or something, like, it's going to transfer to everything. Once you have your priorities and you know what you're looking for, then those things are going to transfer. Being a student athlete, whether it's a Division I, Division II, Division III, junior college, you have to manage your time well. Like, it doesn't matter which level you are, you have to manage your time well. And that's going to transfer to life as well. It's, for me, like, I try to tell them which one are the tools that they can use as well to manage their time. If we can do any other things for like mental trainings or any other stuff that will help them just like click, snap, and then just move on to the next one. Because in life, they cannot just think about one thing and wondering about that same thing and drag that for 2-3 days when so many things has happened after that. So I think one of the things that I want them to learn is just be able to be consistent and be able to, it's like being consistent is just not a feeling, it's just a mindset. Like, if you're not consistent just because, I feel like being consistent today and I'm going to do it. I'm having a bad day today, I'm not going to go and do things. Like, it doesn't matter how you feel. Like, you just need to get it done.
Yeah.
Like, having that mindset, that's what I want them, that's what I'm trying to transfer to them.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about volleyball and people that are good at this, it's that it's always the play ends, it's the next play. It's the next play. That one is in the rear view mirror, and the next one is the most important thing. And some folks have a hard time kind of switching, they get stuck kind of back there, when the ones that I find most successful are those that are able to like move on, next play.
Yeah, that mentality is exactly what I share as well, because once you get stuck in just one mistake, then you just stop yourself from listening, from getting feedback, and you just don't learn and you're just frustrated. And it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the team. It's just a bad situation for everyone. It doesn't help the coach, because then I get annoyed if I have to tell you the same things over and over and over, and you're just not understanding because you're still thinking of your played from 2 days ago.
Okay, I have to ask this question. So you played for Russ Rose. What's the best advice Russ ever gave you?
Wow. Well, that's a tricky question. I think with Coach Rose as well, I think like it's not like he had like I think I was in the good side like of him kind of thing. Like no, like he would not get mad at me as much unless like okay, if it's game time and things like that. Like then it's all different. Like everyone is equal. You get the same treatment for everyone, right? Yeah. But when you're outside, I think like I try to get a little bit his sweet side somehow. Like not many people knows that side. Let me tell you, I could get a hug from here. I could get a hug from his wife as well. I could say hi. Like things that would be like not very common for him to do, right? Like he would not come and then just like hug every player or anything like that. I would just go like hi.
Wow. I told him I was going to talk to you, and he goes, okay. Fati is a terrific human and will make great contributions to the volleyball, to the cause in whatever way, but terrific human. And when he says stuff like that, I mean, the guy does know.
Yeah, he does.
and I do love that you understood how to get to the sweet side of him or your sweet side of him. So, let's talk a little bit about what piece of advice would you give a young athlete facing their own seemingly impossible dream?
I would say embrace the journey and make sure like you have goals. You have to have goals to make sure that you reach them. You cannot have goals that are going to be impossible to reach. You have to have like little steps, and there is no shortcuts for success as an athlete. Like you have to get the job done. Like there is nobody's going to come in and do the rep for you. You have to get it done. So having that mentality of what I do is what is going to show my success. And it's being focused. Like you just need, there's time for everything. There is time to have fun. There is time to do things. But once you're focused, you just need to know when and where. I think that's very, very important, because sometimes with young athletes right now, they think like everything is a good moment and everything is a good time, and it's not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great advice. Great advice. So if you could talk to that 14-year-old that left the nest to go on this incredible journey, what's one thing that you would have said to yourself?
I think like looking back, I would say I could have enjoyed a little bit more, because I was very focused on this is what I want to do, that I forgot sometimes that, oh, I can do this, but I can also relax over here maybe, right? Like I was just so focused on getting better and just doing my best, which I'm very, very very thankful that was my mentality, because that was what gave me my opportunities and the success I had as a player here in the States and in other places. But at the same time, I think like sometimes I took things like very, very hard, like thinking like, no, I'm not going to, we lost or something, or when I'm not going to get up, I'm just going to go do more reps, I'm just going to do more things. Like when you can also have like 5 minutes to relax, like reset and come back the next day with the exact same mentality, but just like being a little bit more relaxed, like having fun, like make sure you have fun a little bit as well. Like life can change in a moment and you cannot go back after if it changes.
That's called life experience. When you get to that point, you understand. So what's next for Fati? What mountains are you still looking to climb?
Like for me right now, I think like I'm one of the persons that I like to stay like focused on what I have right now. And doesn't mean like I don't have goals or that I don't want to advance in life or that I don't want to climb this mountain or this other mountain. I just feel like focused like right now. This is the place where I want to be, and this is the goals I want to reach, and the opportunities will come. So for me, I don't have like, this is in this year is 2025. In 2027, I'm going to be here. In 2029, I'm going to be here. I know many people likes to plan like that, and I admire those people because I think it's a lot of like energy and a lot of planning to do. I really, really admire those people, but I'm more like free, kind of like I'm just focusing on the moment right now, and the opportunities will come. When those opportunities come, then I think about the next step. So I'm just the same mentality as when I left Venezuela and came here, and with everything, you just do my best right now, and the opportunities will come, and then I will take it from there.
All right. Well, is there anything, I have a couple more things, but is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would like to make comment about?
I think one of the things with my breast cancer journey as well, it was, as I've mentioned before, like I thought people when has cancer, like they could just, wear always a wig. Like there's the best solution. If you're losing your hair, you have to wear a wig. If you're doing something like you have to have always this appearance to other people, right? And then when I leave and I experienced that, I could not tell you how wrong I was of just assume that people should be doing this or that when they're in that situation, because it's a hard process and everyone takes it differently. And personally, I didn't want to keep up with appearances to other people that first didn't know me. The second is just society. And then I got to focus on myself. Is it important for me? Yes or no? If it is, then I do. If it is not, then don't worry about other people. Just worry about me. Like one of the examples would be just when I have my mastectomy, I had a radical mastectomy. And then my plan was to do a mastectomy with immediate reconstruction. It didn't happen that way because the doctor told me like 3 days before surgery, hey, like I think radical mastectomy would be better for you because otherwise you're going to have issues with your arm, like you're young. I'm like, the other doctor didn't tell me that. And it's just like, well, that's what I think. I can do whatever you want. We do what the patient wants. I'm just saying, I'm just expressing my concern. So when it's like something between volume and health, I went for health. And I said, like, okay, then let's just do a radical mastectomy. I had a radical mastectomy. She said, like, after a year, you can come back and we're going to do reconstruction. I was like, okay, it's going to be a hard year. And then that year, like, I just realized, like, I didn't want to go back to get reconstruction because they needed to then get skin from my back to put it on my breast to then make sure, like, everything goes well. And I'm like, what am I doing that for? Like, I don't want to. And during that year as well, I had like a special bra, and then the bra has like like a fake breast, right? That you can just like put like in a little pocket that the bra has. And I remember the first year I was using it. And then sometimes I will just like get dressed, be ready, I'm going to go out. And then I will be ready. And then the fake breast, I left it at home, and then I'm getting out, didn't leave, and I'm going like, oops. I left the fake breast at home, then go back home, get it. Okay, now I'm ready to go. Then I go. And then it happened so many times where I'm leaving, I'm walking, I'm like, fake breast is at home. So I have to go back every time. And then I'm going like, why is it that I'm always forgetting my fake breast when it's supposed to be so important for me? Like, what am I doing this for? Is it for me? Is it for other people? Like, why I'm always forgetting my fake breast at home and then having to come back home every single time I'm going to get outside? Why? and then I was thinking, and then I realized, like, I was doing it just because of society, because it's the right thing to do, because that's what other people expect, because people don't want to see someone just with one breast, because that's not normal. But then I was like, nobody has lived what I lived. So I'm going to, of course, many people have lived because many people have breast cancer, but the people that would judge me, they don't know. They don't know. So I decided like not to wear it anymore. At this, up to today, I don't know what the fake breast is at. Like, it has a box. You have like a little box to keep the shape. I have no idea what it is. I don't know where is the bra either. I just do me. I just do me, and that's it.
I love that. That. Yeah. So, Fati, your story is one incredible example of resilience, courage, and power to never give up on your dreams. I want to thank you for sharing this journey with us and showing us what it means to truly leave it better.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. I was super excited when I got your email and I got the invitation for the podcast. I was like, yes, I want to share my story. I have no issue. I like it.
Awesome. So where can people find out how you're doing at your current job in Western Nebraska Community College? How do they find out? How do they support? And I believe you are having your Dig Pink match this fall sometime as well.
Definitely on the website, wncc.edu. It's going to be one of the best ones. Like, you can find my email there in the athletics as well. And if anyone wants to reach out and send me an email, like, I'm sure like I will be able to answer. Like, right now it's the season, so maybe right now it will take me a few days to get back. But my email is there. Anyone can reach out to me if anyone has any questions or anyone wants just anything, any type of advice or anything that someone is going through a breast cancer journey. Like, I'm very, very happy just to share.
Yeah. And if this story inspires you, please share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Remember, you have all the power to leave it better than you found it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Please share your feedback with us at side-out.org.